welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to be talking to Olimpia Gonzales, who is another past pharmacy technician student. Olimpia, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Katie, for having me. It's a great opportunity and a pleasure.
I know it's been a while since I've talked to you too, so it's exciting to see you and just kind of catch up. Why don't you just kind of start with introducing yourself? Tell us about how you found KLR. Why did you decide to take the class, and what was your experience with KLR?
Okay, so I found out about the program through a friend. We were working warehousing together for so many years, but we always talked about, how we wanted to get into the healthcare system and the stuff. And she got her diploma first, or her certification first, and then she told me all the nice things that you did for her, how you walked her through every single step. And I was like, you know what? Why not?
Who was
So
it?
I decided to do it, and I think Brenda.
Okay, that's
Brenda,
awesome.
yes. So far, one of the best decisions of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. So we were just talking before we started the interview, but you are working in 2 different locations as a pharmacy tech. Kind of tell me about your opportunities there, kind of what your title is, what you do at each one of those, etc.
So I work for Hancock Regional Hospital, and I also work for a Lifespan Pharmacy. Hancock Regional Hospital was first pharmacy job. That's why I'm still working there. That's my full-time job. My part-time job. But it's like my baby. I learned everything that I know about sterile compounding from there.
Yes.
So what I do there is mainly sterile compounding, which I love it. I love it. But I did have the opportunity of joining a new program that Lifespan Pharmacy launched like almost a year ago. I do what is called travel technician.
Oh.
So I'm in charge of different locations across Indiana. I travel to Pendleton, Anderson, Richmond, and Noblesville. So basically what I do there is a little different than the sterile compounding that I do at Hancock Regional Hospital, because I'm more in charge of doing audits to the med cards to make sure that whenever a state is there, everything is where it's supposed to be. I also do audits to the cubics, which is the dispensing machine, and I focus on NARCs, on controls. So every like C2, C4, like, yes.
That's incredible.
I'm using all of it.
That is a big responsibility, and that's huge. That's incredible. Do you have like a specific title there at Lifespan?
Is a travel pharmacy technician.
Travel pharmacy technician. That is
because
so cool.
We don't have one facility. There is 4 of us, so we don't have one facility. We have like multiple facilities around the state of Indiana.
That's awesome. And then those locations that you mentioned, like Pendleton, Richmond, Noblesville, Anderson, are those the only locations? Or are there more?
There is more, but those are actually nursing homes.
Okay.
We are the pharmacy that provides medication to the nursing homes. And basically, besides doing the audits and everything else, I also focus on returning medications to the pharmacy, medications that patients can use, so you can get credit for it.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
So
you are running
it's
it.
allowed.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
That's really cool. That's a little different than most of our students have gone into, so it's really cool. So guys, another thing you can get into, traveling. If you want to travel as a technician, that's another way that you can grow as pharmacy tech. So it's really awesome. What are your favorite things about being a pharmacy tech? And when you answer this question, Olimpia, I want you to talk about your inpatient experience right at Hancock, and then your your travel experience and what you're doing there at Lifespan, and kind of tell me, because it's probably different in both areas, kind of what is your favorite part of both?
Yeah, it is completely different. For example, at Hancock Regional Hospital, I do like the environment of the sterile compounding. I like the challenging of knowing, okay, this patient is this many pounds. I need to add this many, milligrams or milliliters to these. So I love that because you never stop learning. There's always something new, and I love that because
Absolutely.
like you always use your brain, never stop learning. Uh, at Lifespan Pharmacy, it's a little different, but I love the fact that I get involved with the senior community because, as we know, a lot of them are there by themselves. They don't get to see like their family or friends, and it makes me really happy that they already know my face. They're like, "Oh, you're the girl from the pharmacy. I'm having this issue with such and such medication. I need your help. I need, that they trust me,
I
that they
love
know
it.
for example, you're gonna be here on Friday, every Friday. I'm gonna wait by the door to say hi to you.
Oh,
I want to share my meal with you. Things like that.
oh, I
I
love it.
get to interact with them.
Yeah, it's really special, and you're building a relationship with them. That is so cool. That's so cool.
So
I
I feel
love
like
that.
I'm getting the best of both
That's
worlds.
the book.
Like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You're getting like literally one extreme to the next. So it's really cool.
mhm,
So what would you, same
yeah.
question, but turn around a little bit. So I want you to incorporate both areas, right? But what do you
Mhm.
find the most challenging as a pharmacy tech in both of those areas?
At the hospital, I think it will be prioritizing, not because it's difficult. As I said, it's challenging because, for example, if you're in the middle of compounding something and there is like a blue code, you have to know that that's your priority. That is like you have to know when to prioritize.
Absolutely.
So that I would say that's the most challenging, especially for some.
Hold on. I think I might have lost you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yep, now I can. Sorry, go back to the challenging part about where you're at with lifespan.
With Lifespan Pharmacy, just like I said, working with the senior community, you get attached to a lot of people, and it's really hard to see them go or not, or expecting to see them come into a building, expecting to see my friend, and now that friend is not there anymore.
Oh, yeah,
I think that's the most challenging part.
that would be really tough for me too. I feel like that would just break my heart each time.
Mhm.
But that's really cool that you get to be there for them and kind of be like something they look forward to each week. That's really cool. I love that. What are some things that you learned in class when you were taking the class with me? What are some things that you learned that you would say that you use pretty frequently in your career now in either location?
I'll say controls. Remembering probably not all the names is really difficult to learn like every single name of every single medication, but knowing like the controlled substances because it's something that I use in daily basis.
Absolutely.
Knowing that you have to count back everything, you have to be really careful when you're handling those type of medications, using the right needle. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I would say that's what I use the
Using that
most.
quite a bit. Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
also and also protecting the patient's information at all times. And I
That is
remember that's something that you kept on patient's information.
HIPAA. Yes, it's really important. I think that it says a lot about us as healthcare workers that we are really careful with their information and that we're just discreet in general. And I can't say it enough. It's so, so, so important. And you can lose your job in the healthcare field if you are not careful, just one slip up. And so I do try to really stress that a lot in class. It's so important. What are some, okay, so again, back to, I love this conversation because both You know, both areas that you're in are so different. So what would you say, let's switch and talk about drugs. What are some drugs that you see often in the inpatient pharmacy at Hancock?
I'll say I see a lot of antibiotics. A lot, a lot, a lot.
Which antibiotics? Can you
I
name
also see a
any?
lot of vancomycin, for example.
And
We
I knew
use
you're
it
gonna say Vank, yeah.
and I also, I mean, in the sterile compounding area, I also use a lot of fentanyl for like epidurals and all of that. So
Do
it's
you
something that we use a lot.
do you guys do Zosins?
Yes, we do.
Zosin, do you do Meropenem?
Yeah, we do all of those.
Yeah, so
Doxycycline, like, yes.
doxycycline, yeah. I feel like those are ones that I saw consistently in the IV room. What about lifespan? It's gonna be a whole different ball game over there, but what are the medications that you see the most over there?
I see a lot of furosemide. Um, by the way, I remember furosemide just because one time in class you were asking, like, you guys need to remember these, and all of the sudden Katie goes like, "Olympia, what's LASIK?" And I say furosemide, and I didn't even know how I got it right because I was so nervous. Now every single time furosemide, I think about you.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I
That's
see
hilarious.
furosemide, Miralax. I see a lot of hydrocodone. Um, yeah. Sulfran, I see a lot of sulfran as well.
Children, for sure, yeah. Awesome. So guys, if you are listening, make sure that you are paying close attention when you are doing, you know, that list of drugs. We have that small list of drugs in chapter 1 that I'm like, you guys definitely need to know these. And Lasix is one of them, furosemide. Take it from Olympia here, she'll tell you. All right, Olympia, what advice would you give to new pharmacy technicians or anyone going through this course currently or thinking about going through the KLR course for to become a pharmacy tech?
What I can tell them is if they're still like in the process of deciding if they want to do it or not, it is worth it. It is 100% worth it. If you have love and passion for what you do, it is worth it. Don't be afraid. Katie, her team, like they're amazing. They're pretty much there 24/7 because I remember me sending you a message, text message at 3 a.m. and I was like, she's probably gonna answer tomorrow. She answered 5 minutes later. And I was like, oh my God.
I do have a habit of that. Yeah. I just actually did that 2 mornings ago and somebody was like, I didn't expect you to answer right now. I was like, well, there's my answer. So um we do try really hard to be there for you guys. I think that's really important. And I think that it helps, you know, it's important for the KLR team to know that you guys know that you're supported fully. And I think it's important because you guys are trying to work and go to school and take care of your families all at the same time, right? And so it's different than, you know, maybe just being in high school where you're just really kind of focused on school. And so as adults come through these courses, we really want you guys to know how much we applaud all of what you are trying to do all at the same time. And those are big things for us. So I am so proud of you. I literally am so glad we got to chat because we haven't had a chance to talk and I had no idea you were doing all of this. So I'm so proud of you. I literally just want to like come to Lifespan and see you in action and watch you audit things. I'm so proud of you. And make sure you stay in contact when you get promoted over and over and over again.
But I have to thank you. You were like my inspiration. Like, but your conversations and everything, I was like, okay, I'm also a single mom. She was a single mom. She was able to do it. Then I can do it. It
You
was
can
like
do hard
an
things. You can do hard
yes, and
things.
it's worth it.
And that's so
And
awesome. That just made my day. And I just appreciate you. And we're so proud of you. Make sure you stay in touch. Guys, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Please hit the like button on this video. And Olympia, thanks so much for being with us today and hanging with us. I know the other students are going to love to hear your story of success. And we are so proud of you. And just make sure you stay in touch.
thank you for having me.